Welcome back to Football Daily for another episode of Transfer Talk with plenty of huge stories surrounding some of the biggest teams in Europe. Let's crack straight on. However, just before we begin, make sure to drop a comment below letting us know your thoughts on these reported moves. We kick things off with Newcastle, who are looking to add some firepower to their front line if a report from Tuttosport is to be believed. According to the story from the Italian outlet, Eddie Howe's side have been linked with a move for the Atalanta striker Luis Muriel. The Premier League club are said to be keen to add some depth to their striking options, with only Callum Wilson and Chris Wood being their current strikers. Whilst Wilson has been largely solid for them since joining, his injury record has been an issue, with the Englishman having missed 35 games across the last 2 campaigns. The other choice is Chris Wood, who has proven to be less successful since his £25 million switch from Burnley, netting just 2 goals last season. Muriel has been a largely consistent scorer since joining Gasparini's side, scoring double figures in all of his seasons so far for Ledea. However, the Colombia international is in the final year of his deal with Atalanta. Whilst the Serie A club have made attempts to renew the contract, the player is yet to commit to talks, with other clubs said to be interested in his services as well. Calcio Mercato have already linked Roma and Juventus as competition for Newcastle, although both sides have already made other signings, with Bianconeri having all but completed a deal for Filip Kostic, while the Giallorossi captured Paulo Dybala on a free transfer, meaning they may no longer be in the running for Muriel. Atalanta are said to be looking for a reported fee of €15 million should they look to cash in on the player this summer, with Newcastle said to be monitoring the situation's development before they choose to make any move. Heading over to West Ham now, are looking to continue their busy summer, with Sky Sports reporting the club have made an offer to Ligue 1 side PSG for Thilo Kehrer. With Issa Diop set to join Fulham, David Moyes is keen to get a replacement through the door at the London Stadium, with the German international looking to be his preferred target. Kehrer joined the Parisians in 2018, having gone on to make 128 appearances for the side. However, with his contract set to expire next summer, it appears the player is looking to leave the club, with talks of a renewal having not progressed. The German international is still just 26 years of age, and is also adept at playing as a fullback as well as centrally, whilst also being a pretty comfortable ball player, completing 94% of his passes in Ligue 1, making his reported £19 million price tag pretty appetising. With the Hammers having sent their offer to PSG to secure the signing of Kehrer, it remains to be seen if they can finalise this deal quickly. However, should they land their man, it could be one of the better moves of the summer for the Hammers. Our next entry takes us to Tottenham Hotspur, who according to Fabrizio Romano could be set to finally part ways with Gio Lo Celso this summer. The Argentine has not had the best of times since joining the Lily Whites from Real Betis in the summer of 2019, having spent last season on loan back in La Liga with Villarreal, who are said to be keen to bring him back for another loan, however this time with an obligation to buy. Having been left out of the pre-season tour as well as not featuring in the squad at all for their opening league game, Antonio Conte has made it perfectly clear that he has no plans to utilise the player who cost the club 55 mil just 3 seasons ago. According to reports from Spanish journalist Gerard Garcia Grover of TYC Sports, Spurs would be willing to accept an obligation to buy of €20 million, however none of the interested parties have yet met this valuation. Romano has confirmed that alongside Villarreal, Fiorentina are also in the race to sign him, with the Italian side said to see him as their #1 priority transfer target this summer. Sticking with North London, let's jump to Arsenal, who could be set to make 2 huge transfers in the forms of Pedro Neto and Sandro Tonali, according to both the Express and Calcio Mercato. Starting things off with Neto, who despite only signing a contract extension in March, reportedly could be on his way out of Wolves this summer, following the club's signing of Valencia forward Gonzalo Guedes for €30 million. The Gunners are reportedly already opened discussions with the Midlands-based side over a move, and it would not be the first time they've chased his signature either, with Ebola reporting in 2017 that Arsenal attempted to sign him before eventually losing out to Lazio. However, he's not the only player on Arsenal's radar in the search for another forward, with Villarreal's Jeremy Pino also being considered. Arteta is of course still looking to add depth to his midfield options too before the conclusion of the window. Having long been linked with Leicester's Yuri Tielemans, Calcio Mercato has reported they've also opened talks with AC Milan for Sandro Tonali. The Italy international joined the reigning Serie A champions on loan from Brescia in 2020 for €10 million, with a €15 million obligation permission to buy, which the Rossoneri obviously activated last summer. He's since become a regular starter for the side, having signed on a 5-year deal. With such a large portion of his deal remaining and the guarantee of Champions League football at the San Siro, there's little reason for Tonali to leave the side. However, that has not deterred Arsenal, who are reportedly not put off by the potential fee, which could rise above £50 million. Italian journalist Enrico Camelio has suggested that if the Gunners were to table a bid of €55 million, Milan might be tempted into cashing in on the 22-year-old. But what do you make of these rumours? Are they just nonsense, or is Arteta actually chasing Neto and Tonali? Let us know in the comments below, because I, for one, am unconvinced. We may as well stay in London because it's been quite the back and forth summer for Todd Boehly and Chelsea, having seen a number of their targets slip away. However, Football.London have suggested they'll go as far as a record defensive bid to secure Leicester City's Wesley Fofana. The defender has been consistently linked with the exit door at the King Power Stadium of late, and with the club's well-known financial issues, they have been quiet in the market as clubs circle to potentially lure their players away. Fofana only signed a contract extension in March, which has another 5 years to run on it, meaning it will take a considerable fee to get a deal done with Brendan Rodgers' side, although it appears Chelsea are willing to do just that. Having reportedly already made 2 bids, which none have come close to the valuation of the Foxes, they may well break the current record for a defender with an offer in excess of £80 million. That's of course the fee Leicester received from Manchester United for Harry Maguire. Fofana is said to be pushing for the move, with reports suggesting he's already agreed personal terms with the Blues. However, Leicester remains set on not losing such a key player. It would be fair to say that Barcelona have been the talking point of the summer. With their financial issues extremely well known, they've still managed to complete some impressive signings. However, it seems they're not done just yet, as Gerard Romero, the infamous Gerard Romero, has reported they are targeting Manchester City's Bernardo Silva and are getting close to a deal. Whilst they're still trying to find ways of solve their issues around registering their current signings, that hasn't stopped Joan Laporta from making moves in the market, with links to the Portuguese midfielder having become even more persistent over the last few days. According to reports in Spain, City had initially quoted a figure of €80 million for the player. However, Romero has stated they've agreed a figure between 50 and €55 million. Although Romero's story in Spain has been poo-pooed by plenty of British journalists who claim this is simply not the case and that the club still value him at the previously mentioned £80 million fee. Pep Guardiola himself has openly come out and said he doesn't know whether he will leave or whether he'll stay, whilst also stating he would not keep a player that wants to go. Barca had previously tried to sign Bernardo last summer, with the player also asking for an exit from the Etihad over his lack of minutes. However, that situation settled down massively when he played plenty of games last season. Having started the opening game on the bench though, could he once again be considering his future in Manchester? And will Barcelona be able to get the deal done? We want to hear from you guys at home. What is going on? So that's it for another episode of Transfer Talk on Football Daily. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave your comments of transfer rumours below. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.